When you hear the stories of the olden times and the writers and the poets give praise, I sometimes stop and wonder what it was like in the good old days. Well, we tip our hats to the cowboys. We've made heroes of more than a few. But what about the pioneer women? Don't you think they deserve praises too? You see, I found my great-grandmother's diary packed away in a musty old trunk. And after I'd read a few pages, I'll tell you, my heart really sunk. My great-granddad was Ben Arnold Connor. He rode with the Texas trail herds. The history books tell all about him, but about her, why, they say not one word. She just stayed home raising Ben's babies. Her home was a shack made of sod, and the only thing there to sustain her was her children and a strong faith in God. Oh, how the nights got so lonely, and she longed to see her folks once more. But she left years ago to make America her home, and they all live on a far distant shore. They ate little to eat, but somehow they made do, and the few clothes they had were homemade. She gathered cow chips for fuel for feet, because there was no trees for fuel or shade. Lightning and fire was always a threat, and so was predators, and of course rattlesnakes. The worst threat of all happened to her one fall. 3 of her children died of the plague. Now, the quarter of land that they homesteaded on lies right square in our best summer range. And the sod house as long ago went by the way, and there's a fence around 3 little graves. They lived a long life, and as they grew old, times got much better for them. My granddad would talk about his cowboying days, and she just sat in her rocker and grin. She never complained, though she had reason to, because life sure did deal her some blows. But one thing for sure, as I'm standing here, there were a lot more just like her. I know. I put back her diary back in her trunk, along with her Bible and quilt, and my mind thought about her as I shut the lid, and my heart felt real heavy with guilt. Guilt? Because our lives are so easy and soft. It's due to the hardships back then. I hope I think twice the next time I complain about the lifestyle I'm now living in. So let's not forget those women of old, because they too helped settle this West. And I'll bet you'll agree, after listening to me, those pioneer gals were the best.